Have you ever witnessed a situation whereby you see beautiful houses, terraces or duplexes, and then the next thing you see bulldozer demolishing such a property? Then you wonder, government must be this, government must be that. Why is government demolishing this? Hello, smart investors. If you are coming across this video for the first time, this is Real Estate Made Easy. This is where we educate you and we enlighten you about how to make wise real estate investment decision, the risk you must be aware of, the warnings you must adhere to, as well as the costly mistake you must not make, so that you can be a wise real estate investor, and of course you can make real estate investment with peace of mind, because our aim is to actually make property ownership very easy for smart investors, irrespective of where we stay, whether you are in Nigeria or you are in diaspora. This is Real Estate Made Easy. So if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly do so now by subscribing now and turn on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to know when we upload new video. Today we'll be discussing an important topic as usual, the continuation of our series on the hierarchy of property title in Nigeria. What are we discussing today? We are discussing how to know the difference between a committed acquisition as well as non-committed acquisition. So make sure you stay back, relax, and of course enjoy this episode with us. So what is a committed acquisition? A committed acquisition means that government has identified what they want to use the land for. Don't forget I told you that according to 1978 Land Use Act, that all land belongs to the governor, that is of this each state. So it's the right of the governor to allocate and to give land to those who are entitled to it. So there are different means of land ownership, processes by which you can now obtain land. So which of course is the aim of this series. Now if a land is not free, because I've told you two things can happen to a land. A land can either be free or it can be acquired. If a land is free, that means that you are free to perfect your title and then you are the rightful owner of that property. But if a land is under acquisition, then you need to ask, what kind of acquisition is it? Is it a committed acquisition or non-committed acquisition? So let me give an example of what it means by a land to be under a committed acquisition. If a land is under committed acquisition, it means that government has identified what they want to use that land for. For the common use of the people, government reserves certain portion of land for future use or future benefit. Examples of land that can fall under a committed acquisition include land for public use. Example, school, be it primary school, secondary school, university, or polytechnic, colleges of education, that is for common use of the people. Land assigned for, let's say, hospital, a teaching hospital, a research institute, that is for public use. For cemetery, for drainage, for post office, for police station. These are common examples of land earmarked for public use or for markets. So these are examples of land that the government already know that maybe now they want to have a ultra modern market, and this community is already a large community, and there is need for them to have a coordinated way of going about their buying and selling. So government may decide to earmark a portion of land for that purpose. So that is an example of land under government acquisition. Government have a clear intention for that use. So government know what they want to use the property for. So if you who do not know acquire such property, you are only a temporary tenant to the government. The government is ready to use the land and then you will be kicked out. Hope that is understood. So that is an example of what land under government acquisition. Now that you've understood the meaning of committed acquisition and as well as example of property or land that are under government committed acquisition, like I've given an example, train station, police station, schools, and what have you. Now the lands under non-committed acquisition are those ones that government just reserve that portion of land for future use, but the purpose for which they want to use that land has not really been determined. But they know, because as population increases, there will be more demand for infrastructure, there will be more demand for this, and government already has a master plan. But then the population, as it's increasing, there's more demand for healthcare, for drainage, for road and water. So government would not want to go back to the community and start begging them, please, we want to construct another 4 million here. We want to construct a 6-lane dual carriageway here. we want to have an hospital here, and so we have to demolish your house, we have to demolish this and that and give you compensation. You know, the community may rise against the government that government, this is not good enough. We have been occupying this place and we have been enjoying our possession without any harm, and because we have this place legally and we can use our document given to us. So government wouldn't want to start doing that and start compensating people for acquiring their property. Instead, government earmark property for themselves for future use. And when that time comes, they will then execute what they want to use it for, even though they don't know the purpose yet. Now, land that are under non-committed acquisition, this land means that there are two ways by which you now, as an investor, can have access to such land. The government truly is the landlord of that land, though, but government has not made a declaration as to what they want to use the land for. But if you as a company, as an organization, or a community now need the property, how then do you go about approaching government? That is what we will now be discussing here now. So there are ways by which you can get a land that is non-committed acquisition. These are the ways. One, through the community, the village head, the people residing in that community, they can appeal to the government through a process known as accession. The government will understand that you are our landlord, but our community too needs growth and development. Our children need to also have good source of income. When they finish from school, they also need a place to work. So we need land for us to be able to develop industry, develop this, so that investors can also come and develop our community for us. Government, please, out of the 100 hectares of land, please kindly give us some portion of land that in our community. You get it now? So that is an example of excision. Means that if, for instance, that community has about 100 hectares of land, the community can apply for excision for maybe for the whole 100 hectares of land. So if the community apply for excision, community, like I've told you, those are the people, the pioneer owner of that community who have been living and residing in that community. So government understand that yes, these people are the people living there. Now, if those people now they need that land, maybe for growth and for what have you, they can apply for excision. But take note that excision cannot be applied for by an individual. Say, as an individual now going to government give me excision, it's not done. Just an individual watching me applying for excision, government will not even answer you. But government understand the community. So those community now, they can appeal to the government. The government will, for the growth of our own community and development and what have you, we also need some portion of this land. So if the land, for instance, is about, let's say, about 100 hectares or 200 hectares, and they've applied for excision, definitely government in its own window will not give them the whole 200 hectares of land. So government can then give them, maybe out of the 200 hectares of land they have applied for, government may release about 120, meaning the 80 is still in the custody of government. So the 120 they've given to those communities is what is called excise portion of the land. Excision simply means taking a part from a whole. So what is the whole? 200 hectares of land. What is the part that has been taken off? 120 from the 200. So 120 given to the community. That is the excise portion of land. Is that understood now? Now it is from this excise portion that the community now they can either build, develop, as well as sell out to people who want to buy. However, also take note, pro tips, that a land being excised does not mean that government cannot revoke the excision. So excision itself is not the title. Government have an official record known as Gazette, where government documents its record. Okay, for this community in Ayetoro, we are giving them more than 20 hectares of land. Community in Ayetoro, so that community's name and the portion of land given to them will be in governor's record, in the government record known as Gazette. So even the public can have knowledge about it. Oh, Ayetoro community in Ibejidekina have 100 hectares of land given to them by XYZ governor during XYZ tenure or in a particular year. So that is that title. One is now inside the governor record. That is what's now known as Gazette. So the Gazette becomes the title to that document. Now, if you now have such land now, it means now that you can then also now perfect your title on such land to having a governor consent. Do you understand that now? So this is a very simple process. First is that the property was under government custody. The community applied for excision. extension was granted and then documented. Now that it's documented, it comes in form of what? A gazette. Also take note that you are not to buy the portion. That's why if you want to buy, ensure that you have a trustworthy surveyor who will go to that community and assess the portion they want to sell to you. That is that one they want to sell to you, does it fall under the one given to the community, or the community have even sold all the 120 hectares given to them, and now the remaining 80 is now the one still under government what? Acquisition. So if the one given to you is still the one under government acquisition, you are on your own. No, that one is not covered by the extension given to that community. So you have to be very careful that. So to buy such kind of property, the pro tip is that ensure after getting the survey, check the survey and ask your surveyor to even go to the site and pick the coordinates and then search from the land ministry. They'll be able to be sure that the land is truly free from government acquisition, because government has assigned that portion to that community, from which you can now easily buy the such property and perfect your title. So it's a very simple process. And that means by which a land under a government acquisition can be free, that is if a non-committed acquisition, is that to a process known as what? Ratification or government allocation. If it is free, if it's under government acquisition, non-committed, you as an individual now not community now, you as an individual or an organization can also buy from government. Buying from government entails that you are paying certain amount of money to government for you to have right to use that land. So now your essence of ratification is that the land that's initially under a non-committed acquisition, you now want to buy it from government. So that is what is known as ratification or government allocation. Once you buy from government, government will now give you that right to that place. Now you will have what is known as what? C of O. You also have to process your C of O, because you have to pay for everything so that you can have the C of O in your own name. So that's another simple means by which you as an organization, as a company, or you as an individual interested in a particular portion of land, maybe for your office, for your business, you want to set up an industry, you want to set up an establishment, or you want to have a housing unit or housing project, and you have been told that that land is under government acquisition, then you need to ask what kind of acquisition. If it's not a committed acquisition, that is a no-go area. If it's a non-committed acquisition, then you can have that land by a process known as what? Ratification or government allocation. Once you do that, you ensure that you do not just stop there. You will perfect your title document to have a C of O. That's another simple means by which a land that is under a government acquisition can be free to you as an individual to make good use of. Now I hope you've understood the relationship that exists between a committed acquisition and non-committed acquisition. So if you have enjoyed this video, why don't you kindly subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, as well as share this video with your loved ones, so that they can also maximize this golden opportunity by improving their real estate investment knowledge and knowing that they can actually have property ownership with peace of mind. It doesn't have to be difficult. They don't have to be a victim of circumstances of fraud and what have you. Real estate investment can be made easy, and that is the purpose of this YouTube channel. Kindly subscribe and like this video, and of course, if you have questions based on what I have earlier discussed, feel free to drop your question in the comment section for clarification, and of course you can also call our hotline, ask certain questions that can be of benefit to you, and we'll be glad to help you. The next series under this video will be that how to know the relationship that exists between a gazette, extension, as well as government allocation. You also need this understanding. So if this is another reason for you to actually subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so that I don't miss the next episode. Because with this knowledge, you'll be able to be a wise investor, knowing what to do and knowing how to do it. Till I come your way again next time, I remain your property advisor, real estate consultant, Bello Kamaldeen. Make sure you turn on your notification bell and join me in the next episode.